Hi and hello, I am Athena Pondian here. Welcome to the control system for the biomedical engineers classroom once again. Today we are going to see the next example of the signal flow graph that we already discussed about the procedures and what are the steps we need to follow to determine the transfer function using Mason's gain formula. Today we are going to see some of the next example that are very useful to determine the transfer function. Come, let me start the problem now. We are going to solve one of the most important sum, that is regarding a signal flow graph. This is the system representation and we need to determine the transfer function using Mason's gain formula. So here there is a cluster of elements, feedback elements, and there is a forward path elements. All the things are here. So we are supposed to determine the transfer function from this particular thing. So of course, for the Mason's gain formula determination, we have the steps to follow. One is the first step we need to follow is determine the forward path. In that forward path, we are supposed to calculate how many forward paths are there and forward path gain. And then the second, we need to determine the individual loop gain. And the third step, we need to determine the non-touching loop gain. In that, a pair of loop we need to determine. And in that fourth step, we need to determine the determinant value. And the fifth step, we need to determine the determinant k value. Using all these parameters, we are supposed to determine the transfer function, that is Mason's gain formula. Okay. In the first step, we are supposed to determine the forward path. I already told you determination of forward path is very important. According to that only your transfer function is appear. If you are missed any forward path, then it is the total transfer function is collapsed. Okay. So you just look clearly how many forward paths are there. Okay. So here this is the first forward path. The first step is determination of forward path. I am just putting here solution step 1 forward path. This is considered as the forward path. I am just to make a diagram of this. Here it is 1 and here it is 1. Here the determination is G2. Here it is G4. Here it is G6 and here it is 1. So this is the one forward path and this is the second forward path. This diagrammatic notation indicates the here it is 1 of course, here it is 1 of course, in the diagram itself it shows that. Then here it is G3, here it is G5 and here it is G7. This is the next forward path. Then we are just putting all the forward path first and then write the gain of this each and every forward path. Okay. Then the next forward path we can suppose to say is this. Okay. Then we can able to say yes. Here it is 1 of course. Here it is 1 of course. And here it is G3. And then here it is G6. I'm sorry. Here G2 here. G1 here, I'm sorry, yes, this is G1 and here it is G7 and then the next forward path we can able to say like this. Okay, here we can able to say like this. This is 1 and this is 1. Here it is G3. Indication is very important. I am just putting in arrow mark indication. We already know that in the electronics this particular notation is nothing but there is a not connection between these two. Okay, that is what I am just taking as this forward path. Then this is G8 and then this is G6. Okay, then 4 forward paths. The 4 forward paths are clearly visible. Still 2 more forward paths are there. Just look. Just here, here, and here, and here, here. Just look the notation here. The forward path is nothing but travel from one point and end towards the output. There is no deviations and there is no disturbances in between that. That is why we are calculating the forward path, right? So here the travel is here, this part, and this part and this part, this part, this part. There is no deviations. There is no deviations. There is no fluctuations. There is no return. There is nothing happen. All the thing is moving forward only. Okay. So I am just choosing this as a forward path also. Then here it is G3, and here it is nothing but G8, and here it is minus H1, and here this is G1, and here this point is G7. This is the one forward path. Then next, I just take this particular part, this here, 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 and this. Okay, then it is 1, of course. Then here it is G2, here it is G1, here it is minus H2, okay, minus H2, and then here it is minus G8, G8, and here it is G6. So totally 6 forward paths are there. Everybody did a mistake. They just hold that 4 forward paths are there. You are just to keep on remembering this particular forward paths are also. Okay, because the forward path is nothing but travel from one point and end towards the output, input to the output. There is no deviations, there is no return, nothing happen. Okay, like that we have 6 forward paths here. Just look if there is any other forward paths are there or not. No, everything we just did. So what is the next step we need to do is we need to calculate the forward path gain. So here it is P1, here it is P2, and here it is P3, and here it is P4, here it is P5, and here it is P6. So once we calculated all this thing, what is the next step? Step 2 is, now step 2. So step 2 is nothing but individual loop gain. Of course, the 2 loops are visible here. Here this is one loop, and here this is one loop. That is G4 minus H1, G4 minus H1 is 1, and G5 minus H2 is there. One more loop is also hidden. Please look, I just make a diagram first of all. Just travel here. This is point, and this is point, and this is point, and this is point, and this is point. Please listen. The loops are nothing but it starts from one point and end towards the same point. That is the loop, right? So just make a mark in the junction of G2 and G4. Here it starts. It's travel, and then it cuts, and then it's travel. It is not connected. Travel, and then it is connected. So that is what I'm saying. This is considered as the loop. See this part, G1. This is minus H1. This is minus H2. And this part is G1. And this part is G8. So this is also considered as the loop. So we have P11, P22 and P11, P12 and P13. So in the second thing we have step 2, we have the P11, P12 and P13. So 3 individual loops are there. We calculated all the individual loop gain. The loop gain calculation is nothing but you need to multiply all this thing and put it. Okay, then. The next step we need to calculate a pair of non-touching loop. Of course, this too is pair of non-touching loop. So just look. This is I think this is G4 and this is minus H1. This is G5 and this is minus H2. We need to take in the third step, we need to calculate the pair of non-touching loop. These 2 loops are not touching loop. So that is what I am choosing this. So P21. There is only one P21. We need to calculate all this thing. We just multiply all this thing you got. There is a G4, G5, H1, H2. Because of multiply minus sign here and here is converted into plus. So this is the third step. This is the third step, P21. There is only one pair of non-touching loop is here. Okay, then step 4. Step 4 is nothing but we need to calculate the value of determinant. So what is the formula for the determinant? That is 1 minus sum of individual loop gain plus sum of a pair of non-touching loop gain. Okay, here there is no 3 pairs, so just hold this formula here. Then you need to sum of individual loop gain. We have 2 individual loop gain. So P11 plus P12 plus P13. Here we have only one pair of forward path, so P21. Just hold this. We have just substitute all the gain here. Then we got the value of del. Okay. Then step 4, del value is calculated. Okay. Then del k. Del k we need to calculate. Del k is nothing but formula is 1 minus the loop that is not touching the kth forward path. Okay. So we have 6 forward paths are there. So we need to calculate del 1, del 2, del 3, del 4, del 5 and del 6. Okay. The loop that is not touching the kth forward path. See, all the forward path, just look, all the forward path is touching. This is the loop. All the forward path is touching the loops of the equation, that is system. Here we know that this is the one forward path, this is touching. Here this is the one forward path, this is also touching. Then here this is one forward path, this is also touching. Then here it is one forward path, this is also touching. Then the sixth forward path we already proved that this is also touching. Then this is also touching. So all the forward paths are touched with each other. So all the thing is don't have any forward path loop, non-touching. Okay, so 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0 and 1 minus 0. Hope you. Okay, so all the value is 1, 1, 1, 1. So step 5, del k is also calculated. What is the next step? We need to calculate the transfer function using Mason's gain formula. Mason's gain formula is capital T is equal to 1 by del into summation k del k pk. Here the value of k is equal to 6. That is total number of forward path is 6. So the equation can be changed as 1 by del into del 1 p1 plus del 2 p2 plus del 3 p3 plus del 4 p4 plus del 5 p5 plus del 6 p6. So we are supposed to calculate this particular equation. We know that all the del 1, del 2, del 3, del 4, del 5, del 6 value is 1. We already calculated the gain of forward path gain P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P and 6. We have the formula del is equal to, we are substituting the individual loop and a pair of individual loop, we got the formula. Then substitute all the parameter, then you got the transfer function of Mason's gain formula equation. Okay, so this is the steps you need to follow. Okay, so I hope you remember all the steps. First of all, I am doing this particular sum is especially for remembering all these steps. Here forward path gain calculation is somewhat difficult in some other sum. So that is what I am just choosing this particular sum. Don't miss any forward path. That is very important. If you are miss any forward path, then the total transfer function result is entirely different from others. Okay, so forward path calculation is very important, and individual loop calculation is also very important. So if you are calculating the forward path correctly, then the individual loop and the pair of non-touching loop is also automatically coming. So give the importance to calculate forward path. Don't miss any forward path from the system. Okay. So I just hold the topic today. Of course, you are all well known about the steps of the signal flow graph. So whatever the sum it may be, how far it is difficult, don't worry about it. Just follow the step. Forward path, individual loop gain, a pair of non-touching loop gain, del k. That's all. You're just finding all the parameters, then it is very easy to substitute it over the Mason's gain formula. So this is the steps you need to follow. In the next class, we are going to see about how we can able to convert the block diagram into the signal flow graph. We are already facing so many difficulties while solving the block diagram. That is what we are overcoming the disadvantages of the block diagram reduction. We are into Mason's introduced, that is Mason's gain formula, that is signal flow graph. So that is what we are, how to convert the block diagram into the signal flow graph and then determining the transfer function we are going to see in the next class. Thank you very much.